you need that when you're really trying to get better developing thunderstorms as we go through the day. So this is what we are going to monitor as parts of our area, and really it's just a very small sliver upgraded to that level 2 out of 5 risk. Most of us are sitting under the level 1 out of 5 risk, which means if we see showers and thunderstorms rolling through, which we will, the threat that they become stronger to possibly even severe will remain fairly isolated. We are not anticipating that this whole line of storms is going to be, bringing damaging winds, tornadoes, all that stuff. It is something we will monitor within segments of the storm as it continues to progress through, but the severe threat does remain relatively isolated today. These are the impacts, and I should change the top of this banner to actually say today. Clearly, I'm still in the process of getting everything together for the shows later. But you'll notice that our main concern as we go through this afternoon, it's going to be some heavy rainfall. Really, as these storms move in, they're going to be efficient rain producers. They're likely going to lead to some ponding on area roadways. They've already had that impact areas west of here, so out across parts of northern Indiana, and certainly some gusty winds possible as well. These storms could also be what we call elevated, which means you're not necessarily talking about great dynamics here. You don't have the best moisture at the ground, so a lot of the better dynamics for these storms actually sits a little higher up in our atmosphere, which can sometimes give you a better hail threat if we do see anything else materialize. You'll notice the tornado threat not zero. That is something we will have to watch later today, but it is very low. It's the lowest threat that we are watching as we go through the rest of this afternoon. So here's a look at radar right now, just to give you an update on where things stand. Toledo seeing some widespread rain, some lightning moving through. And you can tell that places out towards the island, Sandusky, you're just now starting to get in on some of that rain. And certainly some of it is a little bit heavier at times, but overall this is not severe. It's just good old rain and rumbles starting to enter into our region. But I want to zoom this out because I do think that this paints a little bit of a picture. And the red that you see underlying a lot of this activity, basically right through here, this is energy available to really fuel some of these showers and thunderstorms. And you'll notice it's pretty lacking across our area as of right now. It's starting to make its way in, but those brighter yellow colors sitting well to our south, and that's where that better dynamics will be later today to support some strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, there are some storms moving through parts of southern Indiana. They have had confirmed tornadoes with it, but again, that is well south of our region, and we really don't anticipate too much in the way of that kind of activity as we go through the day today. But it is something we will watch as we watch this line eventually progress through the area. We can expect it in Cleveland about 3, 4 o'clock today, down towards the Akron-Canton area, about 4, 5 p.m.-ish or so. And then we will start to see that slip off towards the east by about 6. And then there's the potential that we get a second wave. And this one may have a slightly better opportunity of producing some stronger activity. And it's why that level 2 risk is placed for areas, say, west of Mansfield. Mansfield, actually, you might be included in that. But again, it just kind of gives you that idea of that's really where that better severe threat may rest as we go through the rest of this evening. It'll pass through very quickly. Cold front comes in, and then temperatures will start to crash as we go through the overnight tonight, which will eventually lead us to some other bigger changes by the time we get into your weekend.
It's a lot for people to pay attention to here, but it is important. I want to remind everybody, I mean, this is ever evolving, so yeah, this can be pretty tricky for a lot of folks there.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I can. I mean, this is going to be something that you'll want to kind of stay tuned with through the rest of the day today, because how storms behave now could potentially influence how strong to possibly even severe activity becomes or can become even as we go into the later parts of this evening.
All right, Erica, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back.
Cool.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And we're back.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I realized I didn't have the right 7-day
No worries.
in this show. This is going to be one of those days.
Do you want me to vamp? I can vamp.
Yep, you know what? Do that for a second, because I got to
Yeah.
figure out even where we store this.
So I do want to remind folks, the next couple of days, well, yeah, the weather's not going to be necessarily the greatest. There's actually quite a bit that's still going on around downtown, areas like that. We got the MAC tournament, of course, happening at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So for these folks that are planning on coming downtown, best thing to do is actually to have the 19 First Alert weather app, because, yeah, Erica, hi.
Hi, yes. I would say that is a good plan because, things are going to be changing as we go through the rest of this weekend. Sure, we've got a couple showers possible tomorrow, but really tomorrow, not a huge impactful day in terms of weather. But Saturday, it's going to get really windy. We're going to have some showers around once we get into Saturday evening, and then this will eventually transition to some lake snow by Sunday. Now, keep in mind with Sunday's forecast, the morning could provide us with a couple sprinkles first thing, and I know Sunday's a big day, obviously, because it's St. Patrick's Day, and we do have a lot of events going on across Northeast Ohio. But for the most part, Sunday really doesn't look that bad. You've got that brief rain opportunity first thing. We dry out a little bit during the day. Temperatures are going to be pretty chilly, and it's going to feel colder because it is going to be so windy across our area. But it's once we get into Sunday evening that I think it brings back another better opportunity for us to see some snow showers, which will then carry us into the early part of this next week. So as we bring this double weekend into view, yeah, it's going to get cold. The days that we had that we enjoyed were in the 60s and 70s, likely pretty limited for us as we get ready to close out the month of March, which is hard to believe we're even saying that we've gotten this far through the month of March already. But do expect a bit more seasonable temperatures for us as we transition officially into the first few days of spring.
Yeah, pretty crazy there. 38 degrees is vastly different than what we're experiencing today. So
yeah,
take what we can get here, Erica. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that is it for your First Alert forecast. 19 News, 3 o'clock over on CBS for 3.5 hours of nonstop news.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.